when I came out of university, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I think that's different now. Most people have been encouraged to figure out what they want to do. And I got invited to be the third roommate with two other gals who were going to Teachers College. And I'd already been accepted to Teachers College. Almost everybody was. And the government paid for you to go to Teachers College. So I said, sure, I'll be your third roommate and I'll go to Teachers College. I had a plan that would have taken me either to work with an airline or to go back to school for a master's degree. I chose to go to Teachers College. And I spent a year having a wonderful time in Toronto, getting my teacher's license, having a wonderful time with friends, finding out what life was like in the big city, and I realized it wasn't for me. So I spent a few years teaching in Toronto, and then my husband had a chance to go to a smaller town to work, and we ended up in North Bay. Now North Bay is a lovely little tourist town, not far from Toronto. It has every shop you can imagine, and it has a college there. It has high schools, so I managed to get a job there, and from there I ended up going back to my hometown of Ottawa. And in Ottawa, I managed to get another job teaching in a high school, and I stayed there for the rest of my 31-year teaching career. Now, did I love teaching? You bet I did. One of the reasons I loved it was I taught drama and English for the most part. I spent a little bit of time teaching sociology to grade 13 students, and I fell in love with them, and I was still in love with teaching. At the end of my career, I really thought that I would just retire, and we would retire to a lake. Because it was in North Bay that we saw that a lot of people lived on lakes, and the lifestyle was amazing. We went looking for a cottage. We ended up buying it on Kashwakamak Lake in the Land O'Lakes region, and we decided we would live there year-round. And that put a lot of pressure on us because we were buying a cottage. It needed to be made into a home, and we were going to live there while that was going on. So that started a whole new chapter for us, which ended up being a bit of an adventure, and it sure was a learning curve. Now, within 2 months of arriving at the cottage on Kashwakamak Lake, I realized that I'm really not the retiring type. And I started to get my courses done for real estate. It took a year, and I was licensed following in 2002, and I started my career here not knowing a soul. We moved here from Ottawa, and we didn't know anybody here, and nobody knew us. So it was start from scratch. I've had an amazing career. I've met a lot of wonderful people, and I heartily recommend taking that leap if you want to. Go to a place that makes you happy and try out something that makes you even happier. And if you're lucky enough to have a partner or spouse that wants to be there with you, you'll do things together. So it has now been 22 years that we have been living on the lake. And as it turns out, we're now ready for the next phase of our life. So we are going to be moving to another lifestyle, and it will be closer to our children. Because as you get older, you want to be closer to your family. Our children love coming here to the lake. It was a draw. Our daughter and granddaughter are keen swimmers. They love boating. And this place was just toyland for them. It was like Disney World in the summer. In the winter, it's beautiful here, but we don't get them here. We don't have ski trails. We do have snowmobiling, but we don't have ski trails, so it's hard to get them here in the winter. Things to think about when you decide you're going to move to a lake property is what can you do there professionally, and also what can you do to entertain yourself. These are the lessons that we've learned, and we've had a wonderful time doing it.